President of the Jamaican Olympic Association, Mike Fennell.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Jamaica. You're in Jamaica now. It's my pleasure this afternoon just to welcome you and to thank you for being here on the eve of this very important event, the Games of the 30th Olympiad. This afternoon we had anticipated that we would have approximately 6 athletes here. Unfortunately, we couldn't get more than 2 because they arrived from Birmingham early this afternoon and they're still sorting out their luggage. We feel that these games are extremely important for us, not just another Olympic Games. We first entered the Olympic movement in 1948 in London with remarkable success, and we're back here in 2012 for these games. We're very, very pleased to be here, and very shortly you'll be introduced to some of our stars. Before I hand over to the host for the evening, I'd just like to make one announcement and to inform you all that our flag bearer for the Olympic Games opening ceremony will be Dr. the Honorable Usain Bolt. It is now my pleasure to hand over to that famous British Olympian with Jamaican roots, Colin Jackson.
Easy. Easy. Swag. Watch easy.
Well, good evening indeed. A lovely warm evening here in London, which is very unusual, I must say. But as Mike said, I do have Jamaican parents, so I know very well the history of Jamaican athletics. Now, as you can imagine, as a young man, when I said to my parents that the sport I want to seek my fortune is athletics, they were very, very pleased indeed. But I had a sense of disappointment when I said to them I was going to do the hurdles at the event. And even more disappointing I felt when I ended up breaking the world record at the event and winning a couple of world titles. I could see they really wished I was an outright sprinter and could repeat my performances as on the flat instead of over the hurdles indeed. Now, also on that same note, I've been lucky enough on many occasions to go to Jamaica because of my parents and visiting family and friends. And one of the most intriguing things for me to witness is the reason why I believe athletics is such an incredible sport on that island and an important sport. And the main reason for that is something they call champs, which is high school, boys and girls competing against each other. Now, it's a competition that is over 5 days, and it is fierce, it is intense, and it's always fought out with a packed stadium watching. Around 35,000 enthusiasts of athletics are there cheering on their high school to see who could be wearing the crown of kings and queens of that event. Well, this year, the champion is Edwin Allen on the girls' side and the School of Calabar on the boys' side. And I can tell you all, if you've never witnessed a boys and girls champs, trust me, an Olympic Games has nothing on it. I can assure you of that. But, you know, I believe you're all here to speak to a couple of incredible stars and heroes from the island of Jamaica. They're not just heroes on the island themselves, they're true world stars. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's first of all announce onto the stage the current 100 meters 4x1 relay gold medalist. He also has held the world record for the 100 meters, and also, of course, he was the Commonwealth Games champion over that distance. Please give a warm welcome to Asafa Powell.
So me glad me come out. Ready for left, what you talking about? Road me live, me no want see no house. We are rave and a wait, and it's something come out. Gala bubble, bubble gala bubble, bubble gala bubble, bubble gala bubble, bubble dem a bubble, bubble gala bubble, bubble gala bubble, bubble.
And secondly, let's announce and give another warm welcome to the current 100, 200 and 4x100 relay gold medalist, from the Olympic Games. It's Usain Bolt.
Girl, show your talent and skill. Red label wine, you a turn on the trail. Like a bus in my head like grenade. But all when me talking, delayed me not left. Y'all a dash out, so me glad me come out. Ready for left, what you talking about? Road me lit, me no want see no host.
Now, gentlemen, I can see that you're both very shy and reserved and anxious to be in front of all these press guys. No, I see you just shake your head, right? Okay, let's start with Asafa. Well, Asafa, I mean, you've been world record holder, you've achieved so much in your career. Tell me, does this Olympic Games here in London, does this still give you a buzz? Does this still energize you?
Yeah, definitely. I'm energized. I'm pumped up, for these games. I'm not getting any younger, so this this one probably is my last one, and I'm just here to give it my all.
Now, you're tall, you're a rangy athlete yourself. Now, the question many people here will be wondering is, why do we not see you running more 200-meter races?
I don't know. 200-meter doesn't love me that much. I seems to, every time I run it, I kind of get hurt a bit. So, and it hurts, physically as well. Lactic acid, and I get tired going around the corner. So, I just don't like it.
Now, we watched very recently the American team in London run a very sharp time in the 4x1 relay. Now, there's no doubt about it that Jamaica has the fastest runners on this planet at this moment in time. Now, it would be an obvious question for me to ask you to say, do you think you're going to win the title? I know you're going to say yes. But the question I want to ask you, and many people may be thinking, is how fast can Jamaica go? Can you go sub 37 seconds?
Well, definitely. We're running against the clock. We're not out there to focus on anyone because we know we have the team to produce a very fast time. So, we have 36 seconds in mind, but we have to get the stick around. Once we get it around, it should be very fast.
Yeah, no doubt. Now, which leg would you prefer to run? You saying hold back now? Go on, Asafa, tell the truth. Which leg would you like? Once I'm on the team, I'm fine. First, second, third, fourth leg. Once I'm on that team, I'll be good. No. Good bold answer. Now, Usain, over to you. You're the defending champion, obviously, the 1 and the 2 and the relay itself. I mean, it's a busy schedule. So how do you deal with that schedule mentally?
I think you get used to it because I think I've done it like 3 times now. So I think it's just a part of me now. You know what to expect, so you just go out there pretty much and just run. You just got to be focused and you know what you want, so you go there and get it done, really.
And how about your rivals? Do you watch them through the rounds? Do you see how they're progressing? Do you think he's looking a bit sharper than anticipated?
Well, I don't think I need to watch them. I think normally people just tell you. You just come up to you and say, did you see that run? Or your friends pin you on BBM and say, he's looking good, or don't worry, he's not looking so good, he's not going to make it. So for me, it's just easy. I just take it easy and just go take it round by round. I'm always focused on myself and trying to get it done.
One 200-meter runner, you've won titles at both, obviously, set world records at both. Do you have a preference of which distance would you say, this is mine?
200 always. For me, it's always going to be the 200 meters. I love my 200 because I put so much work into it over the years. I've really dedicated a lot of time to it, and it comes easy to me. Now it's very easy to me because I run it all the time, and I always tell my coach we need to do more work to get it done. But so it's my favorite event.
Any chance of moving up to 400 meters?
Not a chance.
And the relay, let's talk about that. Let's touch a little bit on the relay. Now, which leg would you like to run?
Well, for me, over the years, I've ran a couple of legs. I ran the third leg, definitely, because that was the best space for me on the team. So it all depends on what's needed from me, what's necessary for me to run, because at the end of the day, it's a team, and we want to win, and we want to run as fast as possible. So if it works and it's efficient, then we're going to do it.
Now, I know you're going to be busy, obviously, over the championships. You've got a lot of races to do. But if push came to shove and they asked you, you saying we need you in this 4x4. Would you consider it?
I don't know. For me, it's always about after the 200. If I feel like I'm up to it, why not? I always can tell after 200 meters if I'm fit enough, if I'm in good condition, if I'm feeling fresh or not. So I can determine after. But for my country, I would do it if it was necessary.
So if push comes to shove, Usain Bolt's there.
4x4.
4x4. You heard it here today.
Ask Asafa the question.
Well, I was going to throw that to Asafa, but already his head's down and he looks like that.
No, I'm good.
I won't close it. How's the general feeling, I mean, in the Jamaican camp at this moment in time? You were training in Birmingham. You know, I read a lot of good things about what's happening up there. How is the general feeling in the camp?
Everyone is excited, you know, the entire Jamaica is excited, and the athletes, you know, they're very excited as well. And, you know, mainly because there's a lot of attention on Jamaica right now, and Jamaica is 50, you know, coming up. So, you know, everyone is really pushing for this Olympics to be the most successful one for Jamaica.
Final question for me, you say before I open out to the floor, is the beast, man. I can't go without mentioning the beast, Johan Blake. I mean, if whatever the result is here in London, will you still be good friends? Will you play a game of Dynamos with him?
Me and Asafa are still good friends. We've been through a lot, so we have run many times, and we're still good friends, so it won't change anything, no matter what the results are.
Excellent. Well, it's going to be time for you guys now to ask your questions. And now Fiona is my mic queen, as we say. But from mic one, very first question, if you wouldn't mind telling us where you're from and who you are, that would be wonderful.
Thank you, Colin. Carrie Brown from Al Jazeera Sport. My question to you, Usain. There's been a lot of mystery, not training in front of the cameras. Tell us, are you fit enough to retain your Olympic titles, and what has been wrong with you?
I'm always ready. I'm always ready. For me, I keep telling you guys that it's all about the championship. It's never about one run. It's never about the trials. Every athlete knows this. It's all about the championship. My coach determines if we train back in front of cameras or not. He doesn't like the cameras. He likes to keep the attention away from me. So I went and I trained, and I had slight problems, but not anything too serious. I got that fixed, and I've been training great. So I'm ready to go because I came into the camp today and I could feel that chill, so that's a good vibe, so I'm happy.
Next question from Mike 2, please. Let's see. Remember to please introduce yourself and who you'd like to ask the question to.
Yes, I'm TB Asahi. I have a question with Mr. Bolt. Yeah, I'm Mr. Bolt. I'm excited to your race. What is your biggest challenge over the Olympics? To beating your own world record or beating or your fellow Jamaicans like you next to you, or pressure of the starters?
For me, I wouldn't say pressure of anything. For me, I'm just focused on winning. That's the aim of every athlete coming here is to win a gold medal. So that's the focus. I think times come after. I don't think any one athlete wants to single out any other one athlete to say, I'm focused on this person, I'm worried about what he's going to do. We're focused on what we need to get done. And that's my focus. I'm going out there to win, and that's all, really.
Mike 3, let's see if you could put your hands up. Yep, okay, there you go. Don't forget to announce yourself, please.
Yeah, hello from Titan Sports in China, and I have a question to Usain Bolt. And your fans think you are unbeatable. If not, it will be the end of the world. How do you think about it? Thank you.
Could you repeat that question, please? Could you repeat that question?
How do you think about your fans' votes? You know, a lot of your fans said you are unbeatable. If not, it will be the end of the world. How do you think about it?
Well, I don't think it'll be the end of the world, but for me, coming to a championship, I'm not going to think about losing at any point in time. I'm never going to think about losing. I put everything behind me. I've been through a lot. I know what it takes to be a champion. I've been to this stage a couple of times, so I know what it takes. I know my competition, I know my fellow athletes, so I know what it takes. So all I gotta do is just focus and get it done. That's all.
Mic 4 here. Yep, gentleman in the front.
The question is for both athletes.
Can you tell us who you are first, please?
My name is Alexandre. I'm from Veja Magazine, Brazil.
Thank you.
Usain and Asafa, are you guys settled down with the starting blocks? You guys feeling comfortable to start? Since Usain false started in Daegu, are you feeling comfortable with the new models? Are you feeling okay?
I'm good. You know, I'm one of the I'm one of the best starters out there, so I don't need to worry about anyone, you know, leaving the blocks before me. So I'm relaxed and just focus on the gun.
Well, as for me, I've learned not to worry about the start anymore. I've sat down and talked with my coach, and we have came up with the conclusion that back in the days, I was never a good starter. I'm never going to be a great starter, so I should get past that and just focus on just running. So I'm over the start. I'm over the blocks. I'm just focusing on just getting an average start and just going out there and running and doing what I do best. So.
Next question there.
Hi there, question for Usain. Usain, it's Geraint Hughes here from Sky Sports. Usain, can I ask you when, as far as you are concerned, you were over your injury? What was the injury, and can you, as you've been saying for many years, become a legend at these games, and what will it take to become a legend?
Well, different people say different things it's going to take for me to become a legend, but for me, it's all about defending my titles pretty much. That's what I'm here to do. I had a slide, I would say my back was a little bit stiff and it caused the problems on my hamstrings, but I'm over that. We figured out what problem was, and we fixed that. Now I'm great. I've been training great for the past 2.5 weeks, so everything's coming together. So biggest aim is to become a legend, and I think I can do it, so I'm on it.
Next question there.
I'm the news reporter from Shanghai Times, and I would like to ask Usain Bolt, what is the ultimate aim in your life?
Ultimate aim? Is that a question?
Yes.
To be a legend. Everybody knows that.
Hi, Munisa Usmanova from Channel 1 Russia. They call you Mr. Cool for your laid back and relaxed starts and in competition. How does this nickname reflect your inner feelings? Do you really feel cool? And if you do, how do you manage to do so? Thank you.
Well, that's who I am. Like everybody else, I have up and down days, but majority of the time I'm always cool, I'm always relaxed. I'm just a fun person. I like to enjoy myself, and that's just me. I can't really explain. It's just my personality, and it won't ever change because that's just who I am.
Gentleman in blue.
Question for Asafa Powell, Andre Lowe from the Gleaner. Asafa, we know you had some groin issues during the national trials. Can you give us some update on where you are right now in terms of fitness and whether we'll see you in time for the 100 meters?
Repeat that.
We know you had some issues with your groin for the national trials in Kingston. Just want to know if you think you'll be ready in time for the start of the 100 meters.
I couldn't understand the accent, you know. But the answer is yes. I'll be ready. I've been training for the last week and a half, and I'm feeling pretty good, so I'll be ready.
Hi to you both, Louisa Felton, ITV News. Mr. Bolt, everyone's talked about your physical condition, but how are you holding up mentally? There's a lot of press attention. There was a car crash earlier this year. has that affected you at all mentally? And would you see coming in second as a failure?
Failure. Strong word. For me, I would definitely be disappointed if I didn't win. Definitely. This is what I've been working for. This has been my focus for the past 3 years. This is what I want. This is what I want. This is my goal in life. So I'll definitely be disappointed in myself. But mental-wise, I'm always a strong person. I know what I want. I'm never worried about any one single thing because I'm always really focused on what I want. And I have a great team around me who also help me to keep on track and to keep me focused and to remind me of the goal that I want. So I can't complain anything, but if I didn't win, it would be really disappointed. But I'm just thinking about my friend right now saying I shouldn't say if. So.
Slide to the back there, please.
For Mr. Bolt, I'm Conrado from ESPN Brazil. Looking ahead in 4 years for Rio de Janeiro, is it true that you're planning to change discipline maybe for 400 meters?
Is that for me?
Yeah.
400 meters, no. I think everybody wants to see what I could do over 400 meters, but I don't really want to see what I could do. So me and my coach, we're going to be discussing after the season. He said I should not say anything about what we're planning to do. So after the season, we'll discuss what we're going to do for the next season. If we're going to continue, we're going to run one event, or we're going to change. So it all depends on how this Olympic goes, I guess.
Right at the front here.
Saying Tariq Panja here from Bloomberg News. The Jamaican trials were a sort of a shock to us that you were beaten by Johan Blake in the 100 and the 200. Was it a sort of a wake-up call to you as well? And what sort of, out of 100, what % were you at in terms of fitness at those trials?
Well, I can't determine what fitness I was all right, I guess, but I wasn't the best. I wouldn't say fitness, I wasn't the best, but I was all right. I can't complain. But I've been beaten already at the Olympics. Asafa done that in 2008. So it's always a wake-up call to get beaten in the season. Better happen at the trials than actually at the Olympics. So for me, to open my eyes, sat down, rethink a few things, and for me, it's all about just getting it right on the day. So I'm all right. I'm kind of used to it.
Question there.
Owen Gibson from The Guardian. Two questions for you, Usain, if I could. First of all, there's so many guys who are capable of going under 10 seconds in this Olympics. Does the 100 metres final have the potential to be the best ever? And secondly, how will you feel to be carrying the flag for the Jamaican team?
Hands down, for sure. I'm thinking this could easily be one of the fastest 100 meters anybody has ever seen. Because these guys have shown a lot of potential throughout the season. A lot of guys have been running fast, and it's expected because it's the Olympic year. And for me, carrying the flag is an honor, really. For my country, I would do anything because I love Jamaica. I couldn't live anywhere else. So for me to carry the flag, to be on TV, to be singled out at the opening ceremony, it's kind of great. And for me, I'm happy. I'm looking forward to it tomorrow.
Down the sideline there.
You're saying this is Jason from Shanghai Media Group. I read 2 comments about you this morning in the newspaper. One is quite positive and the other one is quite negative. The positive one is about if you hadn't celebrated before you reached the finish line, you would have finished 100 meters within 9.55 seconds. The negative one is that they believe that the advantage that you have over your peers is now decreasing. You had 10% advantage back in 2008. Now you only have 5%. It doesn't allow you to make any mistakes in the race. So which one do you prefer?
Well, I have a question for you. Who determines what percentage I have? Because I've heard that we couldn't run 9.5, 9.6, and I've done it. So I think science is kind of out the boundary on this one. It's kind of the limit on this one. So for me, I'm not really worried. I have one aim, and that's to run fast and to win. So for me, I'm never going to listen to what science says, because if I did, I'd probably still be running 9.7. So. So for me, it's just all business right now.
Ladies there.
Joe Ankia, ESPN. To Usain, since your friend and training partner Johan Blake became your closest rival a year ago after he won the World Championships, have the two of you continued to train as closely together as you did prior to that? And especially in this Olympic build-up, have you had any separation at all?
No, never. People heard that I was training early in the morning, late at night, all these things, but we've always trained together, and it's not going to change. I know Johan, he knows me. We know our weaknesses, we know our strengths, so it doesn't make any difference training apart, because we know each other very well. And we're cool, we're friends, so for me, we always train. We do starts together, we do long runs together, we do everything together pretty much at training, so it's just the same. It's just when it comes to competition, it's different.
You're saying Tony Jones from Channel 9 Australia. Just want to ask, Prime Ministers and Presidents don't attract media interest like you and Asafa have attracted today. Are you humbled by it? Are you motivated by it? Or do you just take it in your stride?
Well, humbled, definitely. You get surprised every day. Things show up, you walk on the street, a lot more people recognize you, you're surprised. I remember one time I could walk through the airport. I can't do that as much anymore. I could go on the street, I can't do that anymore. So for me, I'm humbled by it, because I've worked to be the best, and to reach a stage is just a different feeling for me. I've seen so many superstars, these certain things happening to, so to be happening to me is just a different feeling, and I'm humbled by it, definitely.
Jifei Wang from Chengdu Economic Daily. My question is to Usain Bolt. There's no more false starts announced. Do you think you can handle this well? And do you think the Beijing Olympic Games is your pride time, or this time is your pride time? Thank you.
I wasn't really listening, I'm sorry. Could you repeat?
Do you want to repeat it?
Yeah. Repeat, please.
Okay, my question is there's no more false start allowed this time. So do you think you can handle this well? And the second question is, do you think the Beijing Olympic Games is your pride time, or this time will be your pride time? Thank you.
For me, it's the false start is one. I know that I've done a lot of race with that false start rule. I made one mistake last year, and I'm happy it happened at the World Championship. I shouldn't say happy, but happy it wasn't the Olympics. So I've gotten past that. I've been in a couple of races after that, so I'm past the false start rule. And for me, one of my greatest moments is not Beijing. A lot of people would be surprised, but it's always going to be World Juniors 2002 in Jamaica in front of my home crowd. It's one of my favorite moments, and it'll always be my greatest moment in my entire life.
Going at the back there.
Peter Reisel, German television. You mentioned that your main aim is to be a legend, but a legend also has to live with disadvantages. You're recognized on the street everywhere. You cannot live your private life. Does that bother you in any way?
Not really. The good thing about it is in Jamaica, they treat you like a regular person, so it's not really, it's all right for me. I don't really get stressed when I'm in Jamaica as much. I do get people coming up asking for pictures and autographs, but it's not as bad overseas, because I guess Jamaicans, they see me every day, so they're not all that starstruck or anything. So for me, it's all right. It's just when I'm in Europe, I can deal with that for 3 months.
Gentlemen, I don't know if you want some water brought on just in case, because it's very hot under these lights.
Thank you. Swap on TV though.
Yeah.
Hello, my name is Ignacio Naya from DPA. This is a question for Usain. If you defend your titles, it's over? Or do you think in the future you have been under big pressure? Do you want to continue? if you win the 3 gold medals, or over?
I definitely will continue track and field. I think it won't be as stressful as much. I won't stress too much about it or stress myself training-wise, but I definitely will continue because I love track and field and I enjoy doing it. But I think I would have accomplished my goal and then I have to make new ones. So I'll definitely continue without a doubt. But my main aim now is just to become a legend, and that's what I'm working towards.
Usain, Leith Mulligan from Channel 7 Australia. I just wanted to ask, how big would the party be if you do become a legend here in London?
No comment.
It's the right city to party if it was necessary, I guess. Let's move on. Next question. Right back, yes, yeah.
Yes?
Yep.
Okay. Hi, Usain. My name is Patricia. I'm from Chile. And I would like to ask you something different from sport. It's about music. You are a DJ, so I would like to know how can you reconcile music and sport, and when are you going to go to Chile to spin some records?
I think the word was happy, you said.
Okay. Well, for one, I love music. I don't get to travel as much. Otherwise, from when I'm running or from sponsor duty. So if there's a meet in Chile or maybe sponsor duty, I'll be there. But otherwise, I don't think I'll be there anytime soon. But music overall, I enjoy music. I love to play music, and it's always fun. Next issue.
We're going at the front here somewhere. Yep. Just at the microphone.
Jean-Denis Cocard, l'équipe, a question for you both. You just discovered the village. How is it, and with which partner are you in the apartments?
So, Asafa, you said who you sharing with at the village?
Oh, the village.
It's cool so far. I haven't really seen much of the village yet, just the dining room, you know. And I've been in the same room with Michael Freighter for 10 years now, so you know he's the person I always room with.
And you say you're gonna pop in?
Well, same thing. Just been to the dining room. It's not really fun to walk around in the village. Too much people. But I'm rooming with Maurice Smith again. Same guy from Berlin, Beijing. Sorry. So same person. So
we'll go in there next.
Usain, Alex Spink from the Daily Mirror. Can I ask you about the biological passports that have been introduced with the aim of obviously catching drug cheats? Do you welcome that introduction, that it's going to make the sport cleaner?
I don't know.
I don't know. Yeah, it's just kind of new that they're kind of testing using your old kind of profile, so that's what it's about. If you know nothing about it, I guess there's nothing you can answer about it, unfortunately. Next question is, where's my microphone? Yep, there.
Hi, gentlemen. This is Kwaku Mensah from Trace Sports. I wanted to ask a question regarding the Olympic Village. I read yesterday that they've recently delivered 150,000 condoms to the village. I was wondering what you guys thought of that, and were any being delivered directly to either of you?
Looks like you left it in your Asafa.
We can make balloons with them, with water. I have no use for them, I'm a virgin, so.
No, it is fact that they do deliver these things to the village, and people can pick them up as they feel or not. I mean, I don't know how these guys are going to find the energy. You seen the schedule they got? I mean, goodness gracious, it's going to be a bit stressful for them, but also I don't think they'll be worrying about that.
First of all, I didn't even know they handed out condoms in the village. I actually saw the article. Somebody actually sent it to me and said, "Is that what's going on?" I'm like, I was in Beijing. I didn't see any, so I don't understand what's going on. So this is brand news to me. But as you said, schedule way too busy. So
yeah.
And
I have no
we
use
won't
for
be
it.
having any party, so we won't need any balloons either. So
We're just going here, right here. Next question. Yeah, chat with that.
Usain, Nick Parker from The Sun. Can I ask you what you think of London?
Well, now I think it's great. Nice weather. I think so many different Caribbean islands here. The African countries are here. I think we all brought the sun, so I'm definitely happy with what I'm seeing right now. I know the atmosphere in London is going to be great. I'm really, really, really excited to see how the stadium is going to be, how the vibes that the crowd is going to be. I'm really I can't wait, really. As I said, when I came into the village, I got that tingle, and I was really happy. I felt good.
Just there.
Hi, my name is Robin Chatterjee from Gulf News in Dubai. My question is for the both of you. When you look at the 100 meters lineup right now, currently, the final lineup has not been fixed yet. But to both of you, who would be the man to beat on the day when you're running your races? Who would be the man to beat?
The clock, really. I think it's just 8 people. It's just the 7 people beside you, pretty much, for me. You can never single out one person. It's a race, and all the athletes are great. They've been training all year for this one great moment. So it's all those 7 people who are going to line up beside you in the finals. Those are the people to beat. It's never one single person.
Asafa, to that?
I would say, as Usain said, it's a one-man's race, so you have to focus on yourself. You have to focus on your own lane. You never know what can happen there are guys who been running 10 threes all their life, and one day, boom, 9 seconds. So, you don't know what to expect, so you can't focus on one man. It's not as easy as everyone thinks. So you just have to wait and see what happens in the finals.
Straight there, right in the middle of the aisle.
G'day guys, Andrew Mulligan, Sky TV New Zealand. Come a long way, so I'm going to ask a question each. You're saying what has changed in your mindset leading up to these games compared to Beijing? And Asafa, you've been around a long time. What new things do you learn from the young guys like Johan and Usain?
Oh, God. I totally forgot my question.
You ask first.
What's my question again? I'm sorry.
What have changed? What's changed in
Your mindset. What's changed in your mindset leading up to these games compared to Beijing?
Really? Nothing really. For me, it's the same thing. I'm here to win. When I went to Beijing, I was really focused and ready to go there and do my best. And in London, that was the same thing. I'm here and I'm ready to go there and do my best. So I'm really focused on what's necessary. And I'm laughing. They keep calling Asafa old. No. Yeah, 35.
Check. Stacy, check. Oh, all right. Yeah, I've been around for a while, and been running well, and what I've learned, is not to take anything for granted. Never stop working. When you get to the top, you have to work as if you're second best. And before, I used to have a lot of pressure on my head. You know, before it wasn't Usain, it was only me, just Asafa there, and everyone was like, you know, on my back. So I felt the entire pressure of Jamaica on me. And now, you know, I kind of learned a little from Usain, you know, to stay relaxed, you know, not pressure yourself, not worry about anyone. You know, you're doing this for yourself, you know, and you know, I'm just working with that now, and it seems to be working.
Yeah, David Moore with USA Today. This question's for Asafa. Over here. Hi, Asafa here. After the trials, did that change the way you look at the outlook for the sprints here? Did you because Usain had been seemingly dominant for a couple of years? Did the trials signal to you that the races are more wide open now?
You know, the races, you know, they're always open, you know, for anyone to win. You know, you just have to be ready to run fast. You know, Usain has always been ready and always managed to stay ready. You know, and this year, you know, you have the Americans running very well. You know, you have us 3 Jamaicans who are running very fast. And, you know, my coach spoke to me, you know, he told me what he's expecting this year. You know, I'm expecting a bit more, but, you know, it's just going to be very exciting. And, you know, I don't know what is going to happen in the finals. You know, I don't think anyone knows. A lot of people are expecting Usain to, you know, to win way out in front, but it's not as easy as you think, you know, so just have to wait.
Just go there.
Through Usain Bolt, Claudio Nogueira from O Globo newspaper in Brazil. How is Jamaica continually capable of revealing such good sprinters, both male and female? And how is it? It's part of the culture, sports culture of the country. How is it?
For me, it all begins at the Boys and Girls Championship. That's where it all started, I think, for majority of the athletes, not everyone, because it's really intense and they push a lot of athletes. So I think that's where the talent comes from, really, because all the schools from all the countries, all corners of Jamaica come together and they compete, and that's where we can spot the talents. For the coaches can come and say, all right, this guy's going to be great, this young lady is going to be great, and then we have great coaching system, and I think the facilities are getting better over time. So it helps to develop the athletes very well. So that's where the talent comes from in Jamaica.
Towards the back, yeah.
How you saying? This is JR from JR Sport Brief online right here. We all know the last Olympics took place in Beijing. We're now in London with a larger Jamaican population. Is there a larger sense of pride, especially with Independence Day coming up?
Definitely, without a doubt. I think it's a little bit more pressure because now everybody definitely wants to win, and would love to see a world record just to say happy birthday to Jamaica. So for me, it's really a great moment to go out there and to win. So I'm really focused. I'm going out there to do my best. I know it's going to be hard and it's going to be serious competition, but I'm looking for it. I always tell people I strive on competition because I love competing. So I'm just looking forward to it, and I'm looking forward to saying happy birthday to Jamaica also.
Just got one there, yep.
Keon Rayner, Kingston, Jamaica. You're saying you said at the trials that you were not doing too much work on your 200 meters. How is that coming along? And you looked sluggish, everything coming out of the blocks for both races. What can we expect in terms of execution? Asafa, you come in, a lot of pressure. We know you made mention that Coach Francis has been talking to you about it. If it doesn't happen this time for you, getting on that podium, what would the feeling be?
I've been doing a little bit more 200 work, definitely, and it really has just come back to me. I think I didn't do any work pretty much leading up to the trials, so doing some work off the corners, it has really come back to me. out the blocks, as I said, I've moved past that. I've sat down with my coach, we have talked about it, and he said we just need to go back to the days when we don't worry about the start, because that's never going to be one of the best part of my race. So normally I get an average start. It's always good enough for me. So I'm not worried about the start now. It's all about execution and just getting it right at the end of the race, because that's where I'm best at what I do. So I just have to focus on getting out the blocks, technique, and just finishing like I always do.
Final 3 questions.
Yeah.
Yep, gentleman there.
Was Asafa meant to answer?
Oh, Asafa.
What was the question again? Yeah. 9 months I've been training for this, so if I don't make the podium, yes, I'll be very disappointed. I'm working very hard. I know I have what it takes, just for me to go out there and just put it on the track. And, a lot of guys will eat my dust.
Are you concerned at all about the prospects of rain or wet conditions on the track?
I know you guys know London and England very well. Wet and rainy conditions here in the UK, will that be a problem?
Personally, my coach has warned me already. I said, don't get caught up in this sun, because we know London and anything's possible. But I think I can speak for a lot of athletes that we've been through the rain and the sun and the cold and everything throughout Europe. So I don't think it's going to be that big of a problem. So I think we should have that covered.
Well, I would say, what is the most important thing, if it's a fast time or just to cross the finish line first? So for me, to cross the finish line first is the most important thing. We train in rain in Jamaica. Jamaica rains a lot, so I'm used to the rain, but not the cold. But to cross the finish line, I'll be good.
All right, so rain is not a problem. We got that final question there to the gentleman there.
BBC Sport. Got a question on the IAAF softening the full start rule. I'm not sure if you're aware of it or not, but they've softened the full start rule, so there's space now for movement at the start line. First of all, did you know about it? And second of all, is it a good thing or bad thing?
I don't think people normally move on purpose. It's just adrenaline most of the times and want to leave the starting block, but it's natural, so I didn't see a problem with the legs moving. It's just if you go forward. So it's all right. Whichever one, I'm quite okay with it.
Well, I heard about it the other day, but people have been doing it forever, so I don't see the sense in making a rule now, really, because I've seen people done it in the Olympics, the World Championship, so I think as long as you don't really set off the sensors, then it's not a problem, I think.
So the twitching won't cause any issues for athletes. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much. I'm just going to ask the athletes if they will come forward so the photographers can snap away for you a couple of pictures.